So September is Recovery Month. And if you was to give us a takeaway about Recovery Month, what would you like to raise awareness about when it comes to recovery?
I would like to raise the awareness of the meaning of recovery and being sober. You know, a lot of people think just because they're abstinence away from a drink or a drug, that that's recovery. Recovery for me is getting all aspects in your life together. Reading about your health, learning about your addiction, striving for education, getting your own apartment, tools that we have abandoned, and working on our recovery, a sponsor, a fellowship, family, friends. You know, I always say today I'm living my best life because I'm recovering today. And when it says God will restore what's rightfully yours, that's not a car, some jewelry. It's the people, your loved ones that you may burn the bridge with. You know, it's food, it's clothing, it's shelter, but most of all, it's a relationship with your higher power. And that's what recovery means to me.
And how would you say that, what do you feel like is really important in terms of needing support for being in recovery?
That was one of my hardest, asking for help. Raising my hand and say, I need help. You need help. You need support in your recovery. I'm gonna keep it on the I need to be held accountable for, because I'm just as sick as my secrets. Once my disease starts telling me that I don't need help and I don't need that push, that's when I know I'm in danger. And I rely on my mate, my helper, my best friend, you know, who's someone that's going to be honest and truthful with me, that who has been there for me in these last 3 years coming up.
Great. And Sandra, what tools do you feel like are needed in order to provide support to someone who is in recovery or on the journey of recovery?
Number one would be listening to what he has to say, whether it's good or bad, pushing him to his potential as far as what he loves to do is writing books and reading and his poetry, and just loving on him. And I don't mean physically, but hugging him when he needs a hug, because men need hugs too. And it's okay for someone to say, I need a hug today. Whether you're going through addiction and recovery or just needing a hug in general. Helping him with his children. He's a single father, and I try to try to make his job easier by helping cooking and cleaning and helping him with that. In schoolwork, whenever he has to fill out paperwork,
yes,
he doesn't like to fill out paperwork, so I help out. I help out with that part, and also my biggest thing was going to meetings. I started going to meetings with him a few years ago. I have my own 12-step book. I have a book. I don't know the steps verbatim, but I try to go with their steps, NA and AA. And that's how I support my man with his recovery. We're both in recovery because I'm on the same journey with him.
And it's so wonderful because the Spirit of God,
yes,
the fear of God that we have in this. And I remember everyone always said they had a problem struggling with that higher power. I always knew a higher power. It was just me running away from God. And now we're both running towards God.
Yes.
So that's the biggest part about my recovery, our recovery.
Our recovery. That should be number one. I'm sorry. That's number one. God is first. You cannot do anything by yourself. God is always number one. You put God first, everything else falls in place.
Yes.
And what would you say was the most challenging part of your recovery journey so far that you've experienced?
letting people help me. I'm always the provider. Learning how to receive. So some people told me like, receive this. Receive this. I had to let my pride down. I had a hard time filling out like paperwork and stuff, and I would sit on it and wouldn't say nothing, but taking help. That has been the most challenging part.
And what would you say to people in the recovery community right now to encourage them for Recovery Month? Just a one-liner. What would you say to your brothers and sisters in the recovery community?
Always stay away from people, places, and things. That doesn't mean you no good.